What's up, everybody? Trent here with Soundlink TV with the handsome John Cooper of Skillet once again.
Yeah, what's up?
What's up? Yeah, we got a little more time on. We had the quick plug that's on YouTube right now of you talking about the new song and record from Rockville and everything. So now we get to elaborate a little bit more on it. We learned that you and your wife are producing it for the first time. So I guess what are the challenges as being your own producer with your wife? You know, instead of having someone else that outside influence on your music.
Yeah, it's good because then I don't have to fight anybody. You know, like to get what you want. You know, well, I guess me and Korey.
You might have to.
Yeah, actually, me and Korey could fight, but you know.
Who wins those fights between y'all?
You know, it's 50-50. You know, it's cool because we talked last week, and then the record got announced, and it's cool seeing on the front end and the back end. We had and it's such an exciting week. I love it when you've been working on that project for 3 years and you finally announce it. It's just exciting. So I'm on top of the world right now. Got to release a single. It's called Legendary, as you know. And then it was really cool producing it. Me and Korey have always had a very big hand in producing our records. The sound of Skillet is very much us. And we always bring it to other producers. I'm not saying the other producers don't add to it. They absolutely do. But the sound is very much us. And then a lot of that comes with like, it's good. It's kind of like iron sharpening iron, you know? They bring ideas, and you end up landing on something. And I just felt when we were making our last album, I just felt, you know what? I think we're ready to make our own records. I think we know what we're doing, and we're making good stuff currently. So we set out to make the record ourselves. The label agreed, and it was really fun because you can try. Sometimes it's easier to try something that might suck if no one else knows about it.
Yeah.
So like we try something, I'll be like, yeah, totally sucks. Throw that away. We'll start over. And then you're not wasting a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Because you got to pay people a lot of money to come and sit down and help you. And then you're like, oh my gosh, I just wasted $1,000 today on something that totally sucks.
Yeah.
So that was really fun. And because of that, I think that the record is a little bit more musical. It's a little edgier. The guitars are a bit more crunchy. They're more in your face because that's more our taste. Yeah. And then we don't have to like have someone else try to smooth it out. Yeah. We just did what we wanted, yo.
Without, being disrespectful or anything, I think one of the criticisms from your last record was they're like, where are the guitars at? It's all synthy and stuff. And so like when you say it's going to be more punchy with the guitars, are you talking more of like the Rise era, the record before that, where, you know, it was still have that harder side of it? Or are you guys pushing more on the electronics with the guitars?
Oh gosh, you know, I think as the writer, I never honestly know because it's so subjective. Like for instance, I remember when our last record, Unleashed, came out, I saw some reviews that were saying, this isn't as heavy as the old stuff, it's poppier. And then I saw some people that were like, finally, Skillet's heavy again. I was like, all right, I just never know what someone else experiences. What I think that is unique about Skillet, I think you just mentioned, is the fact that Skillet, it has a very modern kind of edge to it that is very digital, and that can be electronic, even when the guitars are actually just, you know, heavy Marshall, Mesa amps. Sometimes when we put it with the way we do our music, it just sounds digital. Some of that I think is cool because it is a little bit more like modern, I would say modern music, whether it's urban and alt music, kind of bring it together. So that's kind of what we set out to do. I did want it to be heavy. I wanted it to be a little bit dark, but I still wanted to have those modern, you know, influences everywhere from electronica to even some, you know, hip hop. You can hear on Legendary in the verses, you can hear a little bit of some urban beats and stuff. And I think that kind of brings, I think that's a lane that not many bands are in. I think Skillet's one of the only ones in there. But there are things on the record to me that remind me of kind of Comatose era, which was about 10 years ago now. There's a song on the record that I think will be our next single that gets released. It's called Save Me. And it's one of my favorites on the album, probably because it's reminiscent of older Skillet. It's riffy and it's heavy, and I think people will like it. Knock on wood.
There we go. And last question about the new record. Obviously, a lot of people here know, you guys are a Christian-based band and stuff. So, like, I guess when you write your lyrics and stuff, you kind of gotta like keep that in mind that you guys have a secular audience at these festivals too who may not relate to that. And so, I guess lyrically, what are the direction? Are you still sticking to more spiritual stuff, or are you going for more, I guess, like broader problems in the world type of topics?
You know, I would probably say a lot of Skillet songs. I'm even going back to some of the ones that are most popular. Feel Invincible, Monster, Hero. I mean, those are songs that are kind of like, I think on the outside, they're just relatable to I think anyone. You know, most everyone can hear monster and be like, oh, okay, we're saying there's a monster underneath that. Maybe I don't always act like who I want to act like, or I yell at my kids for something stupid and they didn't deserve it, and I feel bad.
Yeah.
But a lot of Skillet songs are like that. But when you dig down, there can be a spiritual feeling, not necessarily always Christian, but maybe a religious point of view. I would say it's more like that. It's in keeping with that. The song "Legendary," for instance, is just like it's the first single, but it's just more like it's a throw your fists in the air, arena rock, crowd. I want to make my life count for something. Never gonna get me down. That's what. What was the chorus say? Wait, never gonna keep me down. So never gonna keep me, not get me, keep me down. And it's about making your life matter. So I wouldn't call that necessarily a spiritual thing, but I would like to say what was behind the lyric for "Legendary." I mean, so the broad picture is. I'm going to be who I am. I'm not going to let anybody keep me down. Okay. The specific point of view of why I wrote it, funny enough, was for all of the people that always said, Skillet, you'll never make it because you're too Christian. You'll never make it because you got girls in your band. Never make it, there's too many keyboards. There's too many this. It's not heavy enough. It's too heavy. It's not Christian enough. It's too Christian. And all the people that kept trying to say you're not going to make it, and we're still doing it. You know, it's a little bit of
main stages at these rock festivals.
Come on, playing before Evanescence and Korn tonight. So that's where Legendary. There's a line in Legendary that says "Still the one that's standing now." So it's a little bit of a.
Oh, you're getting some savage.
It's a little stick it to the man.
Yeah, you got to turn into a little SoundCloud rapper now, something with that.
You'll have to tell me about that when we're done.
Okay.
We'll make that happen.
All right, there you go. All right, everybody. Anything else? Any pre-order links that people can go to pre-order the record?
You know, I think the easiest way to pre-order, go to skillet.com, and in skillet.com it'll link you to our own pre-orders, which we have like merchandise packages, the big stuff, or it'll link you on there to iTunes pre-orders, Spotify. That Legendary is out. Our lyric video for Legendary is out. So look up Skillet Legendary on YouTube. You find all that stuff.
Okay, awesome.
Everything you ever need to know to live is on skillet.com.
All right, there you go. All right, everybody. John Cooper with Skillet, Trent with SoundlinkTV. Thanks for watching once again.